these trolls, Karens that come on here to attack people like me who's out there to get the truth out and everything, they must have boring, miserable lives. Because it's the only way they can have fun and get off, and make themselves get themselves to have a smile put on their face, is to attack people like me. I don't go out and attack no one. I don't go out and say, you have to do this. This is what it says. I just put out there the truth of the law and everything and just tell you what's going on. And then they come on here and attack. Just attack. They sit there and they probably get off on it. Oh, yeah. Oh, I got him now. Oh, yeah. Topping on that, being armchair quarterbacks against the truth. That's what they do. They're armchair quarterbacks with no life. They ain't out, growing anything. They'll put a smile on their face. They don't like that. No, it's too hard for me. Excuses after excuses. And then this is easier. I can just be on here and just attack people and drink my drink and eat my snacks and jerk off while I'm enjoying it. That's what they sit there and do. They get off on attacking people and having people like us being attacked with violence when we're being peaceful. We're just going about our day, going about our business like they're doing. When they go about their day and about their business, they're being left alone. Yeah, they got what they need, so they can kind of be left alone. But a cop can just all of a sudden say, I think you're suspicious. So and pull you over and then start acting all scared and shit and barely. You're a criminal. When they act like that, they're looking at you as a criminal. And back to blue till they attack and torture you, because that's the way it works. They torture. They attack with violence against non-violent, peaceful people trying to live their life. Ain't no victim around. Create no victim that they saw. They didn't see any crime. They just suspect. That's all they got to do is suspect. That's just enough. And you're in trouble. And they're attacking you. And then they're putting them torture cuffs on you to torture you. And then they put you in the back of that seat. And you sit there. You may be short. It may not be that uncomfortable. It may hurt a little. But you look at a big guy. It's a lot different. They don't make them vehicles, the seats in them vehicles where a big guy can fit in them back seats. They just chunk and shove you in there, break your wrist, cut your wrist with them cuffs. They're torture cuffs. They're made for torture. And so when you get out, and you finally out of jail, and even staying in jail is torture for a non-violent, peaceful person. It's torture. All of it's a dungeon. They used to be known as dungeons. That's all they were known as in the past, is dungeons. Dungeons. And then later on, they started calling them jails and prisons because they sounded better. It's still a bad word, but not as bad as a dungeon. It's just as bad as a dungeon. And they're still nasty. They're not cleaning them after someone's been in there and laying on the concrete, slobbering everywhere. They ain't cleaning those mats that they have you lay on that some nasty person laid on before that. They're not sanitary. They're a dungeon. You get poisoned food. You get soy. You get crap. You get the least. And they're making all this money. $350 from the government for everyone they arrest and book in. Once you're booked in, $350. And then I asked two sheriffs. Yeah, I bet you get a kickback from out of that money. You get $100 out of each person that you arrest and book into jail. It's a money-making organized crime. It's an extortion ring. Extorting us, the piggy banks, for money. They ain't getting enough money from us from taxes. And they don't want to give them raises out of our money that they force out of us, because they take it first. They take your money out of your check you worked hard for, and they ain't doing a fucking thing for you. They ain't working for you. They're just taking out of yours, users and takers, using laws to take. Imaginary laws, taking they say their half first, their share, and then you get yours. How are you paying taxes if they're taking it first? You're not getting all your money and say, yes, I'll pay taxes, I'll volunteer. And no, you're going to pay taxes and do what we say, or we're going to lock you up in a dungeon and torture you, because it's torture. To not be able to go anywhere, to not be able to do anything. You don't know what it's like. You've never been there. You don't know what you're talking about. All you stupid trolls and stupid Karens and stupid people backing these motherfuckers, you've never been there. You don't know what it's like to stay in jail overnight and just, you can't do anything. You're on hard concrete. You ain't got no soft mat. You ain't got no mat that's 2 inches thick to protect you from the hard concrete. And you got to sleep on that and sit on that all day and all night, every day, every night. Y'all don't get it. Y'all think it's just hunky-dory because I ain't never been there, I ain't going. Well, everybody else that was being good ended up in jail, thought they were never going to go because they weren't hurting no one, stealing nothing, damaging somebody's property on purpose. Yeah. And then all of a sudden they're in there overnight. Or for a week, or whatever, because they ain't got no money where you'll stay in until you see the judge. And no one to bail you out, so you're off of that stuff. That concrete and out of there. And can go out and do shit. You don't know what that's like. That's what slavery is. That's slavery. That's punishment for not doing what another man wants you to do. And so they send, the king's soldiers that come and they take you away, kidnap you, put you in torture cuffs, and take you away to a dungeon. Same thing. Just a new day, new people, and just new different words for it. Just change the words. They'll accept it. The future people will accept it. Their kids will. We'll indoctrinate them through school and teach them, something else and what they should really truly know. All of this was created out of slavery. Started with slavery, and we're still slaves. We all are slaves. But you trolls and Karens and haters, y'all don't want to see it. Y'all just want to back totalitarianism, more control, more laws. Good people being good. Oh, guns are illegal now. You're a criminal now. We made a new law out of our head, and everybody else went with it. You're a criminal now because we said that's illegal. One day they're going to say lights are illegal. You can't have no lights in your house, to see, so you can be able to see and not stub your toes or run into something, because we can't see at night. We can't see in the dark. It's the same thing with a gun. Oh, you can't have self-protection from criminals that's going to know you ain't got guns because you complied, and then they can kick in your door, bring in guns, and say, you're going to do what I say, like the cops. You're going to do what I say. Oh, gun! Bang, 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 bang! My life comes first. You have no right to life, liberty, and the right to defend yourself, even from us. Because we're an imaginary fairy tale cop that we was not born as. We are hired to act and be cops. We got to be trained to learn how to act and be like cops, just like actors in a movie theater that's got to be taught how to act. Like someone, how to be like someone. And it will seem like they are when you watch other people pretending to be cops. They're acting. It's all acting. Every single bit of this is a show. It's acting. They're acting as a judge. They're not born a judge. They're acting as a governor. They're not born a governor. They have to be hired to act as a governor and be paid to act as a governor and do the job that they was hired to do, not just act as a governor and say, well, I'm a governor and I'm the leader then. And no, they're to do what we say. We pay their checks out of our forced taxes. We're taking our share and there's nothing you can do about it. Slave.